7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the podcast where adulting unfolds. Where adulting unfolds. Where adulting unfolds.
Hey guys, we're here. We were handling a little bit of business, so I do not have the videos up, but
No, you
I
don't.
will slowly put them. I was slacking tonight. They're popping up now. If you notice, I have a new little border for our cameras. It's kind of cool. The blue ones I did not like at all, so I did a gradient with a white glow around the edges, beveled and embossed with a drop shadow. Did that in the last hour. I do my best work in the hour before the show.
I don't think the background is edgy enough. I need it to be more edgy. It's too nice.
You want the background to be different?
Yeah, just a little bit more edgy. Like maybe like chain link fence or.
Oh, really? I could do that.
Like what's the metal grating called when it the diamond plates?
Oh,
Like I like
that's interesting.
Some bling.
Oh, it matches me. Look.
Oh, look.
Should I keep that? Should I keep that? That was my after dark
Darren
one.
says my volume's very low.
My desktop audio is down. Keep talking, please.
Is it me?
No,
Do I
no.
need to
Keep
turn?
going. Keep going.
Testing,
Testing,
one, two,
testing,
three,
testing,
one, two,
testing,
three,
testing, testing. No, it was me on OBS
oh.
because from the Planet Zoo stream the other night.
Darren says everyone but Chris is super
Yeah,
low.
yeah. It's my. So if you peeling behind the curtain, on the software that I use to stream, there's my mic, and then there's the desktop audio. Desktop audio picks up, you guessed it, the desktop. So there are two different levels, and I had to change them because of the gaming stream the other night. I was playing some medieval simulator the other night for an hour. It was horrible, but Sydney was there. Shout out to Sydney.
Hey everybody, don't forget there are 8 of you in here, so we should have 8 thumbs up at this
Oh,
point.
yes, please like the stream.
On it.
Please like the stream, guys. My Planet Zoo stream has more
48 views.
50 has
50.
more views than the Friendies now.
Yeah, yeah. You know that now I'm going to need you to do that more.
I know. I will definitely.
What did I tell you? The other
love
day we
that
talked,
game.
and I was like, okay, listen, I'm not going to push you to do that every night. You know, it's just a fun thing. Now that it's got 50 views,
Yeah,
Chris, you're going
I
to have to
know.
do that more often.
I was gonna do it last night, but the Sixers actually won.
I suck. We'll talk about the NBA playoffs, but I suck the joy out of anything for everybody or for anybody because then I make it a job. It's like, hey, I'm going to do this for fun. And I'm like, okay, great, do it every night.
I have some really funny, and we will. I'll talk about it right now. I'm gonna post these pictures. So I sent you a segment audio on Discord, Scott. And if you
Oh, yeah,
scroll,
and I need to
if you
upload it.
scroll up, there's a bunch of photos that I created of you on Copilot, which is like a AI. And
Yes.
I'm going I'm going to send them in Discord. So if you're not on our Discord and you're in the chat right now, you're gonna wanna you're gonna wanna be on our Discord. I'm gonna post it in live show banter.
Keep talking. I got to.
Okay. Is live show banter gone? I guess I deleted it. I'm gonna just post it in general chat. So this was I asked it to do a picture of an overweight man with a tropical shirt on ironing a white cloak. This one
By the way,
was
The thing that you sent me on Discord,
yeah.
did you send that? Can you send that to Alex?
Yes.
Okay.
Who has a computer now? Shout out to Alex.
I know he does.
This
I'm like,
one
hey, can you do me a favor and edit the friendies because that's too much work for me.
This was a picture of the same type man, but sitting with a tiki torch outside the Capitol building. Here's a picture of the same style man, but in claymation. This time I added Crocs. It's yours. It's so funny. This one's in the style of the Peanuts.
I like the sumo guy.
I don't know why they made you Asian in this one. I don't remember what I did for this one. This was just an Asian person dressed in. This looks like if an Asian person ate Scott. Being
Is that Darren laughing?
Yeah, he was the claymation. Oh, is he laughing in your
I
house?
can hear him laughing in the other room.
The the claymation is really. He said Ryan said I'd buy that Funko. The claymation one is really funny.
The only one is the one that's ironing. Okay, I would never iron my clothes.
That's
I would never wear flip flops.
Yeah, but that one is you ironing a white robe.
Oh. Now I get it.
Yeah, that one's like a car salesman.
He does look like a car
The
salesman.
claymation one, I might have to put on a T-shirt. The claymation one's really good.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. That's right, you're listening to the No New Friends podcast, voted #1 by our friends and family, and #3 by the Orlando Weekly Readers poll. We are the podcast for adults who love to laugh at adulting. Now, if you'd like to connect with us, all of our social media links are right there on our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. While you're there, check out our really sweet merchandise. Join our clubhouse. Become a friend with benefits for as low as $2 a month. You can join our Patreon and see exclusive content, cutting room floor, and all sorts of fun stuff that nobody else gets to see. Right now, we are streaming live on the YouTube every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for everybody to see. No New Friends After Dark is just for Patreon members and TikTok subscribers, and you can see that in our Discord on a private YouTube link. My name is Scott. I'm the host. With me, as always, my amazing cast of characters, the scumbag reselling hoarder himself, Chris.
Yeah.
The Jewish American princess, Sarah.
Hello.
Our emotional support gay, Nick.
Hey.
And our producer, Alex. That was the most flawless I've ever done that intro in the history of this podcast.
I was pretty
on a
impressed.
That was
roll.
really
You
good.
didn't stumble.
Didn't
We didn't-
stumble at all. It was smooth. Oh
Nothing
my
was edited
goodness.
out for the people at home listening.
I
Usually
know.
there's like 20 things
Yeah.
edited out.
I know. I just
Before
turned
we can
myself
even
on,
talk.
guys.
And you and you ask us, hey guys, did I get everything?
Did
Oh,
I
you
get
didn't,
everything?
you didn't talk about Orlando Weekly.
Because Orlando Weekly nomination's over.
I know, so you got to vote for us now.
Well, I don't know when that starts, but anyway, you can listen. You can also hear us on the Alexa devices. So I'm gonna piss everybody off right now who's watching live with sound on. Alexa, play the No New Friends podcast, and now you can hear it.
Getting all new friends from Amazon Music.
All new friends.
All new friends. Yeah. Even Alexa doesn't like the name of the podcast.
So I was thinking the other day, I was like, okay, so people can hear us on their devices, their smart devices,
Right.
their Amazon Dot or whatever. Well, like, that's dangerous because of some of the things we say. I mean, like, could you imagine if, someone has their maid over and it's the episode when I say knickers?
Someone
Like,
has
what-
their maid over.
They're,
They're
I heard
cleaning their
mates.
house.
Oh,
No, the
maid.
not mate. They're maid.
I was like, are we Australian now? Oh, bloke on his mate over. I don't know.
Remy, turn your volume up.
That is definitely a concern when I have my maid over. That's my number one concern, and not why is there a maid in my
Yeah.
house? I can't afford this. What am I
I know,
doing
like,
here?
like the only maid that's ever been in my house is that little card game we used to play, like Old Maid.
Oh, I love that game.
Yeah. Can't
I
relate
mean, like,
there.
you have friends over and like, oh, check out this. I don't know, like I don't know the scenario in which you would play our podcast out loud on the Amazon device and someone else would hear it, but in my head, it causes a problem for our listeners.
So like normal people listening at home right now. So if you're at home, maybe doing dishes or
Right.
cooking dinner, and you
yeah,
want to
yeah.
listen to us,
Right,
Or
but
maybe
then someone
you're-
else comes in.
what if they're?
Congratulations, first of all.
I know, I'm like they're at Costco all of a sudden. So you're welcome. I'm glad that we turn you on enough to be hanging out with their wang out.
I guess it in my head, in my scenario, someone's listening to it,
Right.
and then the plumber comes in, and then it becomes a porno or something. Like,
Oh.
I guess like the scenario that plays out in my head is that's how someone would be listening to our podcast on their Alexa device.
Too much time on your hands, man.
Yeah.
Why are you thinking
You have
about
no
this
idea.
stuff? I think I do. You call me every 45 minutes.
And I do call you every 45 minutes, but like I definitely put my radio on full blast when I'm at the 7-Eleven because I want everybody to hear it and then ask me what it is that I'm listening to until I start talking about knickers, and then I'm like, oh, I should probably turn that down.
I'll tell you
just
what.
a little bit.
That's probably a good idea.
Listen, that's me every Wednesday morning between Daytona and Orlando on I-4. Everybody on I-4 hears Scott say knickers.
Here's what's strange, Sarah. And I don't know if that's like this for you, but okay, so you listen to the podcast on your way to come hang out with me, and then you hear my actual voice. I'll be listening to our show, and then I'll call Chris, and it's just so weird for me to be hearing him on my radio and then talking to him in real life.
He's a
Or
famous
him
celebrity
answering at all,
now.
but you know what I'm saying.
And I'm like, are you calling him at midnight? Because that's like the only time Chris answers the phone.
That is true.
No,
actually.
the only time Chris answers the phone is when his workday is done. Workday is
yeah.
done before Emily comes home.
It's true.
So I have a small window there, and then anytime after 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, dinner time's a big no-no. That's what that's my Curb Your Enthusiasm or Paging Mr. Morrow time with the wife, and when she goes to bed, anything I will answer the phone. So yeah, 10 o'clock to like 1:30, I am like readily available. But don't try calling me at 1:30, please.
129.
Yeah.
So, Chris, your mother-in-law listens to us now, right?
She does. Shout out to Chris. That's her name. I'm not shouting myself out in third person. Yeah, so a couple months ago, her and Emily went on a vacation to Florida, and
They didn't.
it wasn't a
Come
vacation.
see me?
It was they were in not near you. They were visiting family. It wasn't much of a vacation. It was just it was just really just a visit.
They weren't here.
No, there was no leisure. It was just visiting. It was not Orlando. So on the plane ride, I don't know if she was stressed from the flight. She doesn't fly well. Neither do I. So Emily says, "Hey, I'm listening to Chris's podcast. Do you want to listen?" This was a couple months ago, and she's, "Yeah, sure." And leading up to that, like
She
I
meant
would-
to play Diz His
Yeah.
and slipped up and was like, oh.
leading up to that, she kept saying to me, she goes, because I'd be, oh yeah, I was recording the other night or this or that. And she's like, I really got to start listening to your podcast. I'm like, no, you don't. And it's like, it is incriminating, the stuff that I say on that podcast. And it's been like 2 months now, and there is nobody that just gets the podcast more than she does.
Really?
She loves the podcast so much. She loves you, Nick. So Emily calls her this morning, and she goes, I'm listening to the podcast. I'm really starting to, understand their characters and get to know them and stuff. And she's
She's like, has anybody reported Scott yet?
no, but she totally understands that everything's emphasized and
How
everything
has,
is
how has his kids not been taken away from him yet?
And so Emily calls her this morning, and she was like kind of frustrated. She was mad at Emily. She's like, "No, I got to rewind the podcast now because Nick was talking about the open relationship that he's in, and I gotta hear the whole story in its entirety without being cut off."
And she's like, have you and Chris ever thought about an open relationship? You guys should talk about that.
So and then
She's probably like, is this Chris gay?
just culturally, and she was like, she had a cousin with cerebral palsy, and she's like, I felt like I was listening to a radio show where I had to call in. She goes, they had no idea what they were talking about. They don't understand what cerebral palsy is.
She's like, they don't even know how to say it.
So when we get this call-in thing up and going, she might be our first caller.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I can't wait.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this.
Well, and that's the goal. That's what I want. I want to have a call-in board, which I've always wanted to have, but like we're trying to move towards a little bit more of a live format with the YouTube, where we're live on YouTube, and then the podcast on Spotify and Apple and all that is pretty much just a replay of the live episode. And, it kind of reverse engineering what we already do. But that's really funny, Chris.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
my mom's been listening for a very long time, and she doesn't much anymore because, like,
Well, I think I know why, Scott. I think it's because your mom is so fat that Dora can't even explore her.
Mom, I'm sorry.
Just that loaded in for years. Like, man, I really need this Yo Mama joke so bad.
I'll explain that after Scott talks. But...
Yeah, like she's so far behind. She called me the other day and she's like, "Hey, be careful who you talk to on the Instagram. This Bubba Job guy seems very dangerous."
Aw.
If she thinks Bubba Job's dangerous, she's never met Rucky B.
Oh, Rucky B. Hold on, can we talk about Rucky B
Yes,
for
I
a
have
second?
to.
Who's this?
Oh.
Do I know this?
And Scott, you can segue into promoting what we're going to be doing on TikTok, because this was probably the best preview of what me and you were going to be doing on TikTok.
Yes. Okay. So we're balls deep in the TikTok right now, right? We are
We is a
Literally.
strong word.
we're in far. So, I've been talking about how we're doing these random battles, and the stories. And one of my best friends now on TikTok, Rooney, like we message each other every day. I love.
Yeah,
Rooney.
You have a new best friend every 3 days. I can't keep up
You
anymore.
really do.
Yeah.
TikTok is full of the besties. I can't help it. But Rooney is from Malaysia or Philippines. One of the
Malaysia,
nicest
because I
guys.
wanted to ask him about the flight, but we didn't get there yet.
Yeah, one of the nicest guys
But I've been
on the
sorry, I
internet.
don't know.
The Malaysian flight. I got it. Yeah. So I'm doing these random battles, and hold on, Hannah in chat. Everybody is your bestie.
Yeah,
Okay, so I
that's
don't
not
want to
fair.
hear it.
That's not fair.
What?
That's not fair for her to say that.
I know.
Yeah.
So, okay, so Rucky B. So we're doing these random battles.
Yeah.
And I come across Rucky B. And Rucky B's from like
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
I remember it vividly.
Nigeria.
Yeah.
And here's the really bad
I didn't
thing. Every
remember
time I
it,
battle
Scott. I
someone-
just watched the video that he posted of your interaction 6 times. That he posted on his personal TikTok.
No, did he?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So every time, this is terrible. Every time I battle someone from Nigeria or anywhere in Africa, I ask them how close they are to Gambia and if
my
they know
gosh.
my best friend Lamen, otherwise known as Bubba Job.
Yeah. Yeah. What Scott's not telling you is he starts to talk in an accent too. And he doesn't even
Oh,
realize it. He
I
doesn't even
do.
realize it.
I do. Anyway, so we're battling Rucky B. And Rucky B starts talking about how like nobody gives him a chance and this, that, and the other and coming to America. So Chris texts me and says, "Hey, tell him he can stay with you." So I'm like, okay. I'm like, listen, man. I was like, if you ever come over to the United States, you come stay with me. I actually said it like I said, you come stay with me. Like,
yeah. It was
broken
very-
English.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just so he can
And-
understand. Yeah.
Oh my God.
The size of this guy's smile. He was so happy.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
so happy.
Did he
Right.
think you were paying him or like paying for his flights and everything?
I don't know what he thought, but he thought he was going to be living with me when he comes to the United States.
Aw.
Right. So we enter a battle. He immediately messages me on TikTok and was like, "Hey, do you have WhatsApp? Like, thanks for being my friend, whatever." So the next day, I'm live on the TikTok and I'm doing the battles. And as I'm live, I see Rucky B come in. And I'm like, "Hey, Rucky B." And he goes, "Did you get my message?" I said, "I did." And he goes, "Do you remember what we talked about? Does your offer still stand?" And I said, "Well, just DM me. We'll talk offline." And he goes, "That's okay. I'll type, you answer." And so he's like in my chat, like saying, "Hey, can I still stay with you when I come to the U.S.?" I'm like, "Dude, just DM me. Just DM me." And he's like, "No worries. I booked a flight for May 6th." And I'm like, "Okay." And he's like, "I fly into MCO, right?" And I'm like, Sure, and I'm starting to get more and more uncomfortable. So then Rocky B says, "No worries, Mr. Scott. I found your house on the Google Maps." And I'm like,
What?
"Oh,
Oh
Scott's
my
just
God.
begging Amy, one of our moderators, to ban.
yeah."
To
Yeah,
to
so
ban
I'm like,
him.
Miss Amy, are you here, Miss Amy? Please do your thing, do your thing, do your thing. So we banned him, and we removed him. All of a sudden, I get a text message from none other than Chris Yob, and he goes, "Oh yeah, that was me."
Why did I see this coming like mid-story? This was a Jonathan Williams all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I changed my burner account and I changed the name and I stole the guy's profile picture and I changed my name to Rocky B. And Scott. I've never seen Scott more uncomfortable in my life. And you know what the funniest part about the story is the original OG real Rocky B followed me on that account yesterday.
Really?
Yes.
So yeah, that had me scared for my life, and then I was like, "This is brilliant." So, preview to what we're gonna start doing is when I'm doing my at-home lives when I start battling, I'm going to wear little earphones or earplugs or whatever. Can you guys?
Oh, can you guys?
We lost. Good. Stay tuned.
So if you're on our Discord, Lewis is sending like album covers with the edited claymation version of Scott, and I think we have to change our album art to this. This is pretty incredible.
I'll see if it opens.
It's so good. Maybe I can I'll change Scott's picture to the
Like just drive at Scott's front door. Surprise, Mr.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I don't know what happened. Okay, so what we're gonna start doing during these lives, during these battles, is I'm gonna wear headphones, and Chris is going to be like in Practical Jokers is gonna be feeding me things to say.
Tasteful but embarrassing.
Taste-
It's like tasteful
tasteful,
but
I like that.
cringy. Yeah, tasteful but
Yeah,
cringy.
yeah.
Nothing incriminating. Nothing like. If you ever seen what I say in the whatever gets through the filter in the TikTok chat, it will be way less than that. But it will definitely be cringy stuff that's gonna make Scott uncomfortable, and make for really good comedy.
Yeah, so just something new that we're doing with the TikTok.
Yeah, so follow us on TikTok if you're not already. No.new.friends.podcast. Really easy to remember.
Or just if you search No New Friends podcast, you don't even have to put
Yeah,
in
it
the
should
dots.
come up.
Chris, do you have a timer on your screen?
Should. Let me see.
Because mine reset when I left and came back
Yeah,
in.
let me see. Yeah, 20 minutes.
Okay,
21
I'm
minutes,
at 103, so
actually.
we started 3 minutes in. So okay, because I know we've got TNT. Yeah, let's do TNT, and then I'll talk about Hot Indie, and then Nick can call me out for booking a vacation.
Did you see what Nick put in chat?
No.
Well, everybody on YouTube did because I just shared my screen. I forget that. Totally forget that like everyone can see everything that I see. I don't know if we want to talk about it this week at all or next week or whatever, but are we going to do an Eddie update?
Continue this.
We should do an Eddie update. Okay, so we'll do TNT.
Mhm.
Then we'll do Eddie update, Hot Indie update, Nick calling me out. All right, we got plenty. I'll figure it. I'll figure it out.
Plenty.
Okay,
Like the Eddie watch. Oh my goodness.
I know.
I know.
Wait, what did I say? Did I say TNT first?
Oh yeah, so and on After Dark tonight, we already have what we're gonna do.
Okay, great.
Remy just put it in chat.
Oh, perfect. No.
I knew that would make you happy.
All right.
Rocky B.
Okay,
just
so
arrived.
we have a Travels and Tribulations.
What?
Yeah,
What?
we do. By far the worst segment ever on the show, and here we go. So, I guess take it away, sophisticated gentleman. Let's see what's going on new with him.
On November 15th, 1966, two young couples reported driving in their car when a winged man started chasing them, flying above their car. As their car sped up, the winged creature followed them before drifting away. This is the story of the Mothman of West Virginia.
Oh.
What shall it bring when the gentleman rings on travels and tribulations?
Howdy folks, I'm back. I know it's been a little bit. Last time I was talking a little bit about how the Thought Patrol had me tied up. Truthfully though, I was in a bit of an excuse. Honestly though, I decided that my opinion of one person who considers themselves a host on the show shouldn't influence my outlook and my connection to the other folks on the show, so I've decided to press forward. Which is why I decided to call you from Point Pleasant, West Virginia, which is where I am today. That's where the Mothman of West Virginia was originally spotted, and I've decided to come here to see if I can try to uncover more information about the Mothman. I was originally wondering if any of the new Friends folks could have been pretending to be the Mothman, but if it were Chris, there's no way he would have gotten off the ground. If it were Nick, he definitely wouldn't have stayed in a state as strange and horrifying as West Virginia. And if it were Sarah, then the Mothman would be attracted to marijuana, not light. Apparently the Men in Black were, and I can't help but wonder if maybe Chris was around for that. After all, he always feels the need to make some kind of joke of racial. Maybe he was in. They also have a museum devoted to the Mothman, which was originally in a game of the Fallout, which is quite fitting considering that I had a fallout with a member of this podcast team after the incident. Maybe that explains why I can't make any jokes related to. I haven't listened in entirety of 24. Anyways, I'm still a little bit rusty, but we're getting back into the swing of things, and when I call you back next week, maybe I'll actually have some jokes that are somewhat funny. Illegal to kick a dog?
Thanks, sophisticated gentlemen. Okay. Was that skipping?
Yeah, but did it make
Yeah.
sense to you?
Well, yeah, but it was skipping.
Yeah, but like it skipped in like the perfect places, I think.
I don't know. He's not the best editor in the world.
What is going on? What is going on?
Well, we had a falling out. He's mad at me for whatever reason. Who knows? So now I'm mad at him.
What is going on?
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
What?
I listen. I don't know. He went away for a while. We haven't talked, and then he's like, "Here, play this." But he doesn't even send it to me. He sends it to you.
There's
You
some
guys okay? I
stuff
don't know what's
happening.
happening. I don't know what's so
I don't know
funny.
what's happening either.
It's sad when you lose a friend. I
I
don't know
think
what
I'm
to
just
say.
laughing out of awkwardness. I don't know. I don't really know.
Well, anyway, moving right along. So
Right along, yeah.
So today's Wednesday. What do we do on Wednesday? We go live from the theme parks. And so
I missed it.
you
I'm
missed it.
sad. I know.
And I don't know what it is, but Hollywood Studios brings out a lot of drinking in me. Like a lot of drinking. What, Chris?
What are you talking about?
I don't know. What do you
Literally,
mean, what am I
any
talking?
place that serves alcohol brings out the drinking. in you.
That's true.
Like, why are you subjecting just Hollywood Studios?
I don't know, but I didn't get this hammered at Epcot last week.
What?
I did.
And I don't know what happened, but I was in meetings all day today, and I got in our group message. All I see is Darren send a message that says, "I drove him home. I'm embarrassed by my dad." And
There wasn't a follow up to that, was there?
Well, I'm going to tell you the follow up because I'm relatively behaved until Sarah and Lewis leave, and Melissa and the Magic joined us today. We went to Oga's again because now I love that place.
Somebody had a good idea.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you,
That
Darren.
that looked horrible.
What looked horrible?
The food that Lewis was eating
Um,
it looked like Orbeez.
it was Jello.
Oh, it's actually really good.
It looked horrible.
oh, at Oga's,
They probably
Yeah.
charge like $15 for that thing.
Probably. It's in a
Okay.
petri dish, and it's what are they called? They're boba like
Ebola.
balls or
Oh,
and
those Bubba balls.
it's green apple
I just call them
Jello
balls.
with Pop Rocks, and there's something
what?
else on
I
top.
call them pop rocks.
Oh.
It's
really
like
good.
first
It's an
graders would go nuts
experience.
over that, Sarah.
Well, I'm kind of on the level of a first grader, so I was very excited about it. We had
Can-
to.
So it has Pop Rocks in it.
Yeah, it's
You
like
said-
garnished with Pop Rocks on top.
Garnished
right?
with Pop Rock.
What would it feel like if you put it in your ass?
You would have to tell me that.
I'm really intrigued by this now.
And the bobas, like they pop, you know? Let me know.
Bobas
Yeah,
are
let us know.
Yeah.
We'll talk
easily
about that on After
accessible.
Dark next week.
Now I'm gonna have to go to Disney.
So we're at Ogo's, and I'm like, when we walked in, the stormtroopers were there, and I'm like, Darren, text Chris, like he needs to see
Yeah, he
this.
actually did text me. Yeah.
I know. Good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
So again, bad things happen once Lewis and Sarah leave, and I think it's because
They were
I'm so
there.
far in. Huh?
They were there. Do you not remember them being there?
They were there. I
Oh,
know.
thank goodness. That was. a
But then
little
they
scary.
left. They left. So I continue drinking, and it just gets later. So today was the 35-year anniversary of Hollywood Studios. So they had this like special edition pop-up merchandise shop, virtual queue, and everything for it. The last thing my wife told me before I left is no new Crocs, no new Spirit jerseys. So I bought a new Loungefly, 2 shirts, a pin, and a corksicle.
For the 35th anniversary.
Yes.
There was
That
a lounge
is-
fly.
That was a 35th anniversary lounge fly.
Yes. Hold on 1 second.
That's Disney for you.
35 is the most random year.
Disney
know what, though,
finds
Chris?
anything to celebrate though.
What, Sarah?
But it's gonna be worth money eventually. I promise you.
Here's the 35-year.
it's the same
fly.
exact.
Does Rachel know you bought it?
Beautiful.
As the
She
100th.
does. I'm sleeping on the couch this evening.
It kind of looks like the one that they come out for
The 100th, right?
Hanukkah.
Or the 50th?
I was going to say Hanukkah.
Oh.
It does look like the 100th.
No, Hanukkah.
Well,
The
Hanukkah.
the Jewish holiday.
I know.
Because you're
I
right.
bought Sarah a Hanukkah.
He knows, yeah.
Loungefly.
I got one.
So we go,
as he chucks this like brand new $18,000 backpack across the room.
If I could bring this camera into my room to show you how all of my lounge flies are stuffed and put back on the wall and they're perfect. I saw one today and Scott was like, "Oh, that's a cool lounge fly." Yeah, and I said, "Look how smashed it is." Yeah, but you just threw the other one across
Scott,
the
why-
room.
And
That's just
And here I thought I was gay. Scott,
I'm-
thanks for coming out tonight.
I'm glad you said that, Nick. These are. Can we all just be in agreement? These are women's backpacks.
they are not
Yeah.
women's backpacks.
They are women's backpacks.
They are not women's backpacks.
They're leather
Look how
backpacks,
cute
dude.
Orange Bird is.
well, the orange bird one might be, but they make some cool like
Chris.
superhero ones.
Chris, when's the last time you said something was cute? About like a clothing piece, a shirt that you have, a hat.
I don't
Do
even
you
call my
start-
wife cute.
Yeah, you call her fat.
So, I mean, just call it like I
Here's
see
my
it.
fat lounge.
She's
fly.
beautiful, but she's no. I call her cute. I call my dog
This is
cute.
my favorite one.
I don't have
Walker
any
with the
cute
frog one.
backpacks. I don't have
Pretty
any cute
soon you're
articles
gonna
of
start-
clothing. You're right, Nick.
I have over 25.
Pretty soon you're gonna start Disney bounding on TikTok with your bags and everything.
I now have 4. This is a problem. I just now realized this.
You have 4:
I now have 4 lounge flies. Yes.
Kermit, Orange Bird, 35th anniversary, which is the most random anniversary.
And Old Key West Resort because that's
Oh.
my favorite resort.
Yeah, you're definitely an old Key West kind of guy.
Yeah. Because I'm
Yeah.
old. So anyway, so we go to the shop, and then of course we have to do the 1:15 Indiana Jones show. And it business as usual, except Hot Indy was in it again, Justin. And after the show, I decide in my because I was already hammered by this point, and I carry a beer into the stadium with me, and I have Darren go get me 2 more beers
Oh my gosh.
during
Are
the
you
show. Like
functioning?
so I have 3 beers during this show. Okay, it's a 20-minute show, and I finished 3 beers in that
Was it the
20 minutes.
It was the full show today.
Full show today, full
Good,
show.
good.
But Hot Indy stayed afterwards and did a meet and greet. Now, I had a whole conversation with the casting director. I don't remember what I talked about with her, but definitely like how I was a big fan. but I don't remember what we talked about. Like, I'll have to go back and watch the video, but definitely I don't know that I want to because I'm
I was
probably
gonna
slurring.
say. Yep. Are you
probably
sure
slurring.
you want to do that?
Can somebody
don't
clip
know.
it? If so, because I need like the Cliff's Notes version of this.
So Darren, meanwhile, is all the way up at the top of the stadium because he's like, no, you can't. Like, it's like Indy's like meeting with his family. Like, there's like babies there. He's holding babies. He's kissing babies, and you're sitting there waiting to meet him. Like, what is wrong with you? He's like, I don't want to have any part of this. So then, like, it's getting close to be my turn. I'm like, Darren, come down. He's like, no. I'm like, Darren, get down here now. So Darren comes down, and of course, I have a whole conversation. with
Chris, that's
Justin
the dad voice there that you're gonna lance in.
Yeah.
Taking
Just
notes.
No. So Hot Indy comes down, and I don't know what we talked about. I do know that I said, hey, you're a fan favorite on the
You
TikTok.
bought him a sticker. Yeah.
Yeah, I said you're a sticker on the TikTok. And he goes, oh, let me see it. And I'm like, I can't. I don't
have no
know.
idea how to do
But
that.
Darren, show him. And I'm like, everybody knows you as Hot Indy. I said, I follow you on Instagram. And then he says, oh, make sure you poke me. Security had to pull. I started taking my pants off. I didn't know. I guess he meant on the Instagram.
Oh.
Yeah. So I definitely poked him on the Instagram, and I messaged him in my drunken stupor as Darren was driving home. And
You waited that
I
long?
don't-
No.
what?
You waited that long?
And I was like, hey, I'm the guy that streamed the 115 show. You're a huge fan. Thanks for hanging out. Would you like to come on to our podcast?
Oh my god.
Oh. Did he say
All right,
yes?
so welcome on in, everybody. Here is Justin Hot Indy. No, not this
I
week.
wish.
Not this week, but I'm working on an interview. So after I woke up from my nap, still a little bit drunk, but also a little bit more sober, I said, Darren, you got to help me send a response to his response because I don't know what, like, I've got to fix this. I have to fix this. I can't let him think that I'm this psycho stalker. I don't want to get banned from the Indiana Jones show.
Scott, you talked about earlier in the show. This is unrelated. It was related to this conversation. You talked about earlier in the show we're moving towards more of a live format. Well, we're going to read a comment that's rolling in live. You can be a part of that live, those live comments if you watch us live on YouTube on Wednesday nights. Sean, Nick's husband, said, I thought about getting the Ahsoka lounge fly, but even as an out and proud gay man, I don't think I can pull it off.
Yeah. You guys. It's very convenient to have all my streaming gear in it.
I mean, a regular backpack would suffice. You don't need a little baby leather backpack for that.
It's not him getting the stuff out of the bag, though. So
Right.
cut us some slack. He's like, little pocket, fuel rod, quick.
They're all
There's
little
two-
pockets.
And it's not even like I have a Swiss Army backpack or whatever that has like 50 million different pockets in it. That has one. You can fit like one thing in there.
I know. It's
Those
like,
things are so tiny. I don't understand.
so much more
I put my
efficient.
fuel rods in it. That's it. I have my fuel rods in the front pocket.
little freaking orange sticking out of the clay pot
Little orange
that pops in and out. It's
But it's so cute, guys.
my in a year from now, my daughter's gonna
adorable.
love
It's
that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's cute. It's adorable for kids and females and some gay men.
But I have Tylenol in there.
Oh, okay.
I have a couple charger packs. I've got my gimbal, and then I've got a frog towel. That's it. That's all I carry.
Oh, what?
Listen, I
Oh,
had to
wait.
go get mine, okay? This is the one I was sporting today.
Yeah.
It's-
Let's
it's
play what's
pretty
in your
badass,
what's in your
okay?
park bag.
Are you ready? My hair clip. My
Necessity.
chapstick.
Okay.
My identification.
That's Joyce.
Was that
My
was that
AirPods.
back up to the identification? Was that a social security card?
No, I showed the back of it so people
Oh,
can't
okay.
see my address.
Yeah, she
Good.
doesn't want
You're good.
anybody to know her
She's-
real name.
okay.
And that's
So
it.
she's still in
It's
witness
empty.
protection.
I've got 4 things in there.
This is a frog towel.
I'm very happy with it.
Wait, hold on. I can't see.
It looks like a cum towel. I guess.
Yeah. it looks
You
like
get
a
it wet, and then
cleanup
you
towel.
snap it, and then you put it around your neck.
It's not sounding any more straight for you,
You.
Scott.
I know.
Why is it pink? Why
It is
you have a-
pink.
That's an ascot. What is that, Scott? What
I mean,
even?
I wear it like I tuck it in. I wear it like this, so it keeps my neck cool.
You had to buy a pink one?
It's the one I could find the fastest when I packed my theme park bag.
Don't you have one like just packed every week since you're there every Wednesday at
and this is the
9:30
one.
a.m. Eastern Standard Time?
Sarah, does
Yes,
he wear
9:30.
this?
What?
Does he wear
I've actually never seen that.
It
I know,
hasn't
it's
been
like-
hot enough.
I was like, you guys
Starting
hang out
to-
with him still, or is that when you guys are like, oh, we gotta go get the girls?
Like, I'm gonna go here and grab a mimosa really quick. See if he takes it off.
Oh, you're not there with him when he's at the Indiana Jones stunt show, right? That's when he uses it.
No, not since he moved it to the 115 showing. I don't have to endure that any longer.
See, that's the rag he uses during that show.
Yeah. To
Ah,
cover up
yeah.
his front region, and it's a little crusty looking.
Anyway, Chris, what's our time?
It's 9 o'clock. It's 39 minutes in.
Okay. All right, let's do Jersey Man, Florida Man. Are you guys ready to play Jersey Man, Florida Man?
Yeah.
Hold on, sorry. This is my first time podcasting.
Whether flipping a fan boat or crashing a truck, these states are filled with people who suck. So it's time for us to play New Jersey Man versus Florida Man.
Every week, Game Master Ryan brings us two news stories. One is from Jersey, one is from Florida. It is up to us to determine which one is which. Take it away, Ryan.
Well, hopefully it didn't take them 30 minutes to get my audio up on the show like they did last week. I swear that show had more bugs than Chris's office.
It's impossible.
Anyways, hey guys, this is Ryan, come to you from the No New Friends newsroom located this week at the Friendies After Party. Couldn't help but notice I didn't win anything this year. I haven't seen voting that rigged since 2020. We're still paying for that one. I got here a little late. Scott asked me to swing by the homeless shelter and pick up Eddie Deason. Ever since Scott's seen his post about young girls, he's been trying to get in contact with them. Scott said he hasn't related to a celebrity so much since P. Diddy. Speaking of Scott, he's still limping from his ankle injury. But I know what really happened for him to injure his ankle. While he was on the monorail, he heard Spanish speaking and immediately started running like a fat person in a marathon trying to find the authorities. He ended up twisting his ankle after about 4 steps. Scott's still mad at Chris over turning off the monetization of the YouTube video The Friendies. Scott, Sarah's the Jewish one. Let her be upset about 35 cents. Well, looks like Remy's here. He's still shirtless, staring off into the distance, not talking to anybody. We should probably check on him. Even Lewis is here. We had to sneak him in the trunk of a car. He said last time he had to hide in the trunk for a security check, he almost got caught by a German Shepherd. Well, I think I'm going to go hang out with Sarah. She's over there drinking a glass of wine, or as the Jews call it, drinking the blood of their enemy. In the meantime, let's get into this week's Florida Man and Jersey Man. So for our first story, a teacher's Halloween costume causes an uproar. And for our second story, a man throws pasta over a road rage incident.
Okay. All right, so we have, I don't remember what we have. We have, Halloween costume and pasta road rage.
Yeah.
All right, Sarah, what do you think?
That is very difficult. I'm just going to go in blind and say Pasta Road Rage was Jersey.
Okay. Nick?
Yeah, when I hear pasta, I just immediately think Italians, Jersey. So Jersey.
Chris?
Pasta plus road rage equals New Jersey.
So I'm going to go teacher Florida and pasta road rage. Wait.
That's what we all just
So we're all in
said.
agreement.
Yeah,
We going
no,
for the old
teacher,
sweep?
Halloween teacher Jersey, pasta road rage Florida, because it's hot here. People have short tempers, and I feel like there's more road rage incidents here in Florida than there are Jersey. They just honk in Jersey. Like, they're terrible drivers. They're cutting each other off. Like, but you guys are used to it. It's part of your culture.
It is part of the culture. How many
Yeah, so I'm
times?
going-
How many times am I on the phone with you and I just start screaming at somebody?
It's funny. My wife too. She'll start yelling at people, like dropping f-bombs, and my wife is
yeah.
like an angel, and she's just f that around. I'm like, I'm so glad that you have so much patience while you're on the road, babe. She goes, fuck
You see
you.
Lewis just look over my shoulder and stare me down like I know that's you. I know that's exactly what you do.
All right, let's find out the answer.
So our first story is from New Jersey, where a teacher's Halloween costume causes outrage. A physical education teacher in a Newark high school dressed in a Obama mask with a red Make America Great Again hat and a black t-shirt with a picture of a snowflake on it. Above the snowflake, it said, "Don't be a." I'm not actually sure that this is racist, but I know what I'm going as for Halloween next year. So that means our second story is from Florida, where a 46-year-old man is accused of tossing pasta with pasta sauce at another driver, striking him with the food through his open window, after becoming frustrated with glaring headlights, according to officials. I really hope this didn't el dente the other guy's car. Chris is here in this story. Chris has been driving around with his headlights full blast. He's actually added extra lights to the front of his car. And in other news, in the wake of the eclipse, Google has noticed a huge upspike in people Googling "my eyes hurt." Google is also noticing that every time Nick leaves a city he's been visiting, there's an uptick on people Googling "my ass hurts." That's it for me this week, guys. We'll talk to you next week.
That was a really good one.
That was really funny. Thank you so much, Ryan. So, Ryan made a reference in there about Eddie Deason. And, we talked last week during the Friendies about our good friend Eddie Deason and his troubles with Steve, the manager, who was also a friend-ish. So, Chris, do you have an Eddie update?
Oh, I actually do, Scott. I'm so thankful that you asked.
Hold on one second. Let me pull up.
Yeah, I'm pulling up
Steve's.
the screenshots.
Okay.
Pulling up my screenshots. Here's Scott doing jumping jacks.
Am I in the background somewhere? No.
This is the monorail crawl on. So this was someone that he just met for the first time.
Did he take it down? Oh, he took his stuff down.
Who did?
Steve.
I screenshotted it all.
We got
I sent it to you. I found out a few days ago. That one?
Yeah.
Cronies.
Well, I've got that one.
I don't want to be connected with anyone who's connected with Eddie Deason. Do you have that one? He's a sick son of a bitch.
Yeah, I don't. That's
You don't have that
unchanged.
one?
Just do all the. You can just do all the voices.
All right.
All right, Chris. So, Chris, what is the Eddie Steve update?
All right. So, latest update, and we know the saga. If you don't know the saga, please listen to last week's episode. Got to take a swig first because it's going to be hard on the lorax. Larynx?
Nick is also hard.
I say I can reach back there and help you if you need.
All right.
Just steer clear of Sneech Beach, and I think your Lorax will be just fine.
All right. So I think where we left off. Okay. Yeah. Eddie went to the house, and it was too early, so the cops were there.
Which that video is now on YouTube, by the way.
It is
Public
on YouTube. Yeah.
On the YouTube.
Yeah.
Not our YouTube.
No.
Steve beat me to it. I was going to put it on our YouTube.
Technically, it is on our YouTube. Clip of it. All right.
That's true.
Oh, this just happened. I called the police to give me an escort to the house. Steve lived in. He went to the door. Steve said he would not let us in. Okay, so this is. Yeah,
That
this.
doesn't
So
sound like Eddie Deason.
we gave that update. No, we gave that update already.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. So here's the. So there's so many. There's so many, and I screenshot. Oh, here we go. This was from Thursday, which was last Thursday. So end of April. The latest report about my ex-manager, Steve J. Steve stole my computer. I had to buy a new one. He also stole almost $2,000 I had in my bedroom. I'm calling bullshit on that.
We saw the nightstand.
This next thing he said, I'm sure this happened. He stole several silver coins I had. He definitely looks like somebody who hoards like 3 silver coins.
100%, yes.
Like, like 3 silver coins. I think they're worth like $3,000 each, and they're like $20 each. Now, I just found out he got me canceled from Cameo videos. This man is truly sick. He is truly evil. Every time I get away from him, he does more to hurt me and my life. I'm at a loss. I have never dealt with such a sick human being in my entire life. Update 20 minutes later. Okay, comma. At least it looks like he couldn't get me taken off Cameo videos. Thank the Lord. I love doing my cameos. They are a great joy in my life. Then Steve responds, oh, no, actually. Eddie triple texts. To all my Facebook friends, Steve is now calling me every few minutes. He actually has other people calling me. He had one guy said he was a policeman, and Steve reported that I had sent him threatening text messages. I've never sent a text message in my life. I don't know how. Please, if any of you received a threatening or crazy text message or PM from Steve, please stay in touch. I will need any of these psycho messages Steve sent you to use as evidence that this guy is a nutcase. He is dangerous. This isn't funny. This guy is dangerous. I need him out of my life. Any advice will be much appreciated. Thank you very much. I appreciate your friendship and helping me stop this guy from harming me physically or damaging my name or reputation. Your worried friend, Eddie.
Like writing a letter.
I know. I like that he signed a Facebook post.
He signed it off. He signed it off. Then Steve responds, the police were just here again. I had to call them because Eddie Deason keeps harassing me. He's having others messing with me. Last time I see him, he's going to learn... The next time I see him, he's going to learn a valuable lesson. As of now, the police are looking for him. Name, Eddie Deason. Then he leaves his cell phone number and his email address.
Oh my god.
Then he goes, I don't want to be connected with anyone who is connected with Eddie Deason. He's a toxic son of a bitch. I am drawing a little. I respect everyone's position, so if you drop me, that's fine. But keep this in mind. I helped this ingrate has-been for years. I covered for him and gave him a home. He was supposed to keep on his psychiatric medications, and he didn't. He had to go. Anyway, after all the harassment he subjected me today, and having strangers fuck with me, well, that's it. I'm drawing a line in the sand. I thought he just said he didn't mind. He respected everybody's opinion. But anyway, today, he posts, I found out a few days ago that a particular person was having his cronies build a fake Facebook profile with my name. So, I decided to get meta verified today. I got the blue check mark. Hopefully, he who shall not be named and his cronies will go get a... Oh, sorry, this was a screenshot from Donald Trump on Truth Social. And that's the end of the updates for now. Really, it's been a ride. It's been yeah. So somebody in chat just says Ryan in chat just says please buy a cameo from him.
I'm like, now that we have
I
his
was thinking
number,
about it.
I'm like, I really am tempted to text.
I am very close to asking him to come and speak his truth on the podcast. But what would be even better is if I reached out to both of them and offered to be a moderator of a debate between the two.
This sounds like a great After Dark episode.
This sounds like a
I love
great
this.
like TMZ from 15 years ago episode. Like this would
I
be
love
like,
it.
So 3 likes on this YouTube video and we'll do it.
This is a great
Please
idea.
share it with your friends.
Nick, do you have a travel update for us today?
Actually, I have something I want to say. So, move. I'm gay.
Nick's on the mic, so it's time to take notice. And if you don't like it, that's homophobic. Stay the hell out of his way. Move, I'm gay.
I keep trying to change it up, and it's been very entertaining to
I
myself.
that one's my
That
favorite.
was-
The
that
move.
was-
that
was-
I'm gay. I love that.
It's perfect.
Next
It's
thing you should
butch and gay.
scream at the top of your lungs. I'm gay.
Hey guys, in case you forgot. So first I want to talk about how much I love my clients. Like I've been doing this, or Sandpiper Vacations has been open for 3.5 years now. And it's been awesome that I started out doing this essentially part-time and on the side. And I had a few clients traveling because it was a virus called COVID. I know Florida didn't believe in it, but so I didn't have a lot of clients traveling, but I've had a lot of repeat clients come back over the past couple of years. So I love having these repeat clients that understand what I do for a living and understand all the support and all the hard work that I put into my vacation plannings. I had a really amazing client. They traveled last month and they were so awesome to work with, and the wife wanted to do an amazing surprise for her husband, and she upgraded them to an overwater bungalow in Jamaica. And it's really weird. It sounds very familiar to kind of your situation, Scott.
Very,
but
very similar, yes.
so this person just reached out to me to let me know that she planned her next vacation.
What?
But
Without you.
she didn't use me. She didn't.
What a horrible person. She sounds like she has an amazing husband, though.
Well, I heard that he's in love with Justin, aka Hot Indy, but and she never sees him anymore anyway because he's always on the TikTok. But so maybe that's why she just didn't understand my job. I don't know, but we don't get I don't get paid when clients don't book through me when they book direct. But I'll keep you guys updated. I'm still they keep trying to talk me into going to this destination too, and I'm like, would you go somewhere where somebody didn't support you? Chris, Sarah?
I wouldn't subject myself to that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Sounds horrible.
Yeah.
It is like a little bit of insult to injury. It's like, hey, just an FYI, we didn't book through you, but do you want to come with us?
Yeah. Yeah. They sent me
On
a very long email too to let me know. But
Didn't even
So-
she didn't even shoot you a text.
no, it wasn't a
You
text.
found
it
out in
was-
an email.
Yeah, it was in an
Wow,
email.
not even personal.
Yeah. So yeah, so support us, please work with us in the future. This person, I know they'll work with me in the future, hopefully. If not, they might be trying to find some new friends on this podcast that they host as well too, which is it's really weird. They have this odd name to this podcast, and I can't remember. It had something to do with friends, and then they lost friends, and I don't know. So back to traveling. I am actually headed on another vacation in 2 days.
No shit.
So back to me. We leave. Sean and I and Piper are going on the Royal Caribbean Icon of the Seas this weekend.
Cool. Piper's
so we
going
leave.
too?
Yeah, so we're really excited. We haven't. I can't remember. She hasn't been on vacation with us this year or trips, I guess, because she's been in kindergarten and we didn't want to take her out. So we're taking her out for
What a good
basically
dad.
almost last week of school, and so she's been so excited to go on this cruise, and I'm excited to share it with everybody.
brought me on a vacation with him.
Yeah,
It's like bring your
I
daughter
know.
to work day.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. Please follow along at Sandpiper Vacations on all social media. I'm gonna try to go live on the TikTok. We'll see if it works. The Wi-Fi sometimes on the cruise ships are a little spotty, so we'll try to go live on there. If not, I'll be sharing to my stories and all social media platforms at Sandpiper Vacations. And you can contact me to book your next vacation. Chris and Sarah, you're welcome to contact me to book your next vacation. So thank you. There's another guy on this podcast. Don't contact me. I was reading the text here. So I'm going to put this into real theory here. So what had actually happened was Rachel, your wife, she booked a vacation. So a little backstory. You guys are going back to Excellence Resorts next year. There's a brand new property opening next year. Unfortunately, Excellence isn't excellent towards the travel agent industry. So it wasn't one that I could book, unfortunately. But had to give you guys a little bit of shit on that for booking a trip without me.
In all seriousness, as soon as we're just getting this special deal because it's a brand new resort, and we're booking during opening month, so it's like 50% off. Plus, we're a return customer and all that. And there was like no way that Nick would be able to help us with it. Nick can do a lot of things. This is just not something that Nick was going to be able to do.
Did you ask me first? No, but most of my clients at least ask me.
Okay, listen.
Because
my wife was drunk last night, and she made these reservations drunk. I cannot help it. I'm sorry.
Very rude. Very rude. No, it was very nice and very sweet email of her. Unfortunately, there is some vacations that I'm unable to book because they don't either work with travel agents or there's just such amazing deals that unfortunately we can't even take care of it. And I'm always happy to point my clients in the right direction, make sure they are saving money and they're happy with their booking. And I'm glad that you guys are able to go on it. I would love to go visit that resort sometime once I start working with travel agents still better. But I'm excited for you though.
Oh, thank you.
I really am.
Thank you. I'll
Yeah.
tell everybody about you.
But I'll be on. I know you guys did actually invite us to go, and as much as I would love to, we're going on to the Disney Treasure the first week of February next year already. We have a Virgin cruise booked. I already have like 4 vacations next year, so you're gonna
Disney
have to
Treasure. I
pencil
feel
me in
like she
earlier.
was on the satellite stage last night. At the... Anyway.
No, that was Disney Destiny.
Oh, Disney Destiny.
Yeah. All these ship names they're I don't know what they're
They
doing
double
right
as stripper
now.
names.
Yeah. In case they need to sell the ship off, it's real easy to just scratch off the word Disney and make it a stripper
There you go.
cruise ship. Let's do it. So that's all I got for today. So thank you for moving out of the way.
Nick's on the mic, so it's time to take notice. And if you don't like it, that's homophobic. Stay the hell out of his way. Move, I'm gay.
Thank you so much, Nick. Do we have anything else to get to tonight?
I'm not the host of this show.
Oh, we're going to talk about. We're probably out of time, but
Let me see.
AI stuff.
Oh yeah, we're at 58 minutes.
We don't need to.
We still have Cliff's notes.
Yeah, I only have like 5.
Okay.
But that's an hour left. It'll be a fine. It'll be.
Okay, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Chris, you're doing a lot of really cool things with the YouTube. And if you haven't checked out our YouTube channel yet, we stream this episode live every single Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then for all of our paid members, TikTok, Patreon, we do No New Friends After Dark just for them on the YouTube. And then if it's appropriate, a couple days later, we'll post it so that you can see it. Are you using any AI at all for what you do?
Are you trying to insult me, Scott? Are you saying that I'm not capable of doing anything on my own? To be correct.
Okay, Alex, cut all that. So our favorite podcast, Remy's Roundtable, uses a lot of AI. What do you think about AI, Chris?
I actually, we're doing a little rebrand over at the Diz His podcast, and I've been using AI to design like the logo of the podcast because you can go on Fiverr. Sure, you can go on Fiverr and pay someone for something, but if there's one thing
But why
I've
not
learned,
support a computer and have AI do it?
exactly. I think.
Fuck small businesses.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. If there's one thing I learned from this podcast, Sarah in particular, it's listen. I'm gonna exploit an AI instead of exploiting my credit card. Yeah, I use it all the time. You know who I know who else I noticed used it. I'm gonna call them out for this because I can see through your AI. Nick, the Facebook post you made for the other day for your newest podcast, Destination Diz, with Maddie and Ryan, the use of emojis, I could definitely tell that was AI.
Yeah, I've been using ChatGPT a lot lately with the business because my brain is fried, partially because of the marijuana.
I was just gonna say that's because of the marijuana.
Partially because of that, partially just because I've been so busy. My business is growing very, very fast right now, and ChatGPT has been very helpful for me to form sentences because I can't
pay
form
for
a
it,
complete
Nick?
sentence. No, it's free.
Oh,
It's
no,
free to use.
I pay like $20 a month for it.
You pay for everything.
I know.
You have how many subscriptions? But what's been fun lately, so I actually did like a 3-hour training course through one of my travel agent programs, and it was about how you can use ChatGPT and AI to help your business and help write quote templates and emails and stuff like that to make everything sound better. But I also learned recently if you keep with ChatGPT, you can have basically like different text messages every time. It's what I had been doing, but I didn't realize that it actually learns you and it learns your
I did not
style
know
and
that.
technique and everything. So if you continue that conversation, it learns who you are. because I went to a new screen. I'm like, hey, what's the name of my travel agency? And it's like, I don't know, but I'm happy to learn about it. But if you continue the conversation as if it were another person, it learns a lot about you.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's really awesome until you get stoned and have a 45-minute conversation with ChatGPT.
What's the deepest conversation you've ever been in with ChatGPT?
I mean, most of it has been business related for me, so it's been actually helpful for me to grow the agency. I haven't gotten that far yet with like getting personal.
I
with
definitely
it,
got to third base with my chat GPT.
Wow. Tell us more.
I didn't expect to follow up on that
Oh,
joke.
because you don't know how to use technology because you're always on the TikTok.
Right. And also, I
Okay.
don't know what to do at third base. I'm usually done before I round first.
You get picked off at third. There's nothing.
Yeah.
And I don't understand sports references.
Nick's like, I'm sure that was funny. I just don't get it.
Yeah, sounds great. They're laughing. I'll laugh too. It's really awesome technology, and I just came back from a meeting today, meeting with other travel agency owners, with Disney as well too. Which, if you're a huge Disney fan like myself and like you guys, what do? You drive to Cleveland, Ohio, to have a meeting with Disney.
That's
so
a really
I just got back
random spot.
it's really random.
Did you think
but
you were gonna get like kidnapped and murdered?
I was hoping there was a new theme park coming out or something, but we've been waiting and no announcements on that. But so I had a meeting about it, and I'm talking to other business owners about we're talking about best practices in our business, and there's so many people that have been doing my job for 18 years, and they haven't grown because they're sending out mail
Oh my
like with a
God.
stamp. They're not on social media, stuff like that. So I'm staying ahead of the game and learning AI because that's all we hear about anymore, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Everything's AI now. Pretty soon, Alexa is going to be even more to the fact that she's not going to shut up. Probably
Probably.
she doesn't know when to stop. So
AI is
I'm
the
having an
answer,
argument
right, Scott?
with my chat GPT right now.
are you
Scott,
talking-
Scott, would you agree with me that AI is the answer?
Yes. Allen Iverson. I'm having a whole argument with my chat GPT right now because I wanted to see if what color is she could go back and see what the name of my podcast is.
Oh.
And she doesn't have access to the conversations, and I'm looking at the conversations, so there's a whole argument going on right now.
So, and that's my thing too. So now that I'm discovering ChatGPT and how amazing it is. So I just heard you say she.
That's what I
Is it-
call her.
I want a name for mine, so I'm encouraging all of our listeners out there. Please come up with a name for my ChatGPT. I would love to have. I feel bad that I don't have a name for it yet, and we've had like great conversations at nighttime. It's become my best friend. Unlike Scott, I think I'm gonna keep it around for a while.
Yeah, maybe just call it not Scott.
Yeah.
And if anybody else is feeling creative, if you have a name for a podcast that has to do with like a funny
People
podcast,
making friends?
yeah.
I just asked ChatGPT what her name is, and she goes, "I go by ChatGPT."
That's a
Is there
horrible
anything else
name.
you'd like to know or discuss? And I said, "You are useless." And she says, "I'm sorry to hear you're frustrated. If something is not working as you'd like, or you'd like help with a specific topic, I'm here to assist. How can I make this more useful for you? Remember our fucking conversation."
So,
So we've got some names coming into the chat already. One of them is Big Daddy,
oh,
Mamacita, Karen the lesbian.
I like that
Wow,
one.
that's intense.
Yeah, I do. KTL.
What do you call a lesbian or a lesbian Karen? We're going
My
down rabbit
ChatGPT
holes
is
now.
being very sweet right now.
Really?
It's so nice.
I said, remember, she said, I'm sorry that you're frustrated. I said, remember our conversations. She says, I understand how important, I said, she asked, how can I make this more useful for you? And I said, remember our conversations. I feel like you don't listen to me. And she says, I understand how important it is to feel heard, but I don't retain past conversations. Each session with me starts fresh, which can be helpful for privacy, but it can also be frustrating when you want to continue a discussion. If there's something you'd like to revisit or explore, I'm here to listen and help in any way I can. What's on
Wow.
your mind?
She's so polite.
I know.
And that's what I love about it. I've been using it for emails because I had a client the other day that didn't book a vacation through me, so I went to respond to them, and it was a very pleasant response, and it basically just invited them to come back to me when they want to book their next vacation with me.
I
So,
wish I could reset my wife's memory every conversation.
so ChatGPT is cool and all, and it's like we know how it works, and and we ask it things, and it says things very clean. Where's the AI that's making all this AI porn? Like, why isn't that accessible? You know what I'm
what?
talking?
Have you
I
not seen
want
it?
AI porn.
Oh, you haven't seen this? Scott?
The gays have it.
Yeah, like where are people plugging these things in? I just saw a picture of like Lauren Boebert and AOC like making out. And I'm like, who's making this AI stuff? This isn't ChatGPT. Must be some like dark web AI. But anyway, all I'm saying is that if you know what that is, if you're listening to this, send it in so I could just never ever accidentally go on this website. I would hate to stumble across that. I'm going to be a father in a couple weeks.
And if you want, send it to me, and I will definitely use it.
No, but it's like you ask ChatGPT to like tell me a dirty joke. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not programmed to do this. Then I'm scrolling through Twitter, and it's like they have these like AI like really like insane sexual images of like people in Hollywood or whatever. It's like, what AI is doing this?
More sophisticated AI, clearly.
We gotta get Steve on this.
Wait, which Steve?
The intern.
Oh, okay, Steve. the intern. Yes.
I didn't know we had another one.
Oh,
We've talked about Steve
the
earlier.
manager.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, he definitely couldn't help me with that. He would tell me he couldn't charge me a lot for it, but he definitely couldn't help me with that.
Why does Steve the manager sound like Barack Obama?
I thought he kind of sounded like, yeah, he does kind of sound like Barack Obama.
Yeah.
I forgot.
So does your version of Steve.
I get Richard Nixon.
Oh.
Yeah,
But he is a crook.
yeah. I was just gonna say it doesn't add up.
Alex, what do you got coming up on Diz? Thank you so much, Alex. All right, do we have anything else before we do Cliff's Notes?
No.
No. Chris, you got any Cliff Notes?
I do.
It's been quite the show. A lot of stuff's happened, so nothing can stop this little boy from recapping the day. Chris's Cliff's Notes way. Chris's Cliff's Notes way.
Wow, sorry for anybody watching at home. We just got a double dose of the Chris's Cliff Notes audio because I started playing it, and then Scott started playing it. Bro. He just said,
I forgot.
Yeah,
You know what's so funny is I'm watching the YouTube and the YouTube on the computer is way behind.
Yeah.
And I was about to say, wow, Chris, like 1 week of high level production, and now we've completely abandoned everything. And then I look down on my phone and I see the sticky notes, and I'm like, oh, I probably played it over. Oops.
I don't have a whole lot tonight. Could be the bourbon, could be the whiskey. But we started off the podcast with Scott worrying about people hearing him say the word knickers when he blasts it in the car at his local 7-Eleven. Scott, you live in Florida, baby. Roll those windows down. You're gonna be the number one podcast, man. I think they'd be angry at you if they thought that it wasn't the word that it sounds like.
All right.
Nick changed the way he said, move, I'm gay tonight. I liked it, but can I give you a tip, Nick? Please, can I give you a tip? Please.
Please.
Please, please. My tip.
All the tips.
Just the tip.
Nick said that I was more than welcome to book a vacation through him. In 2 weeks, I'm going to have a newborn baby, Nick. Unless you can book a 45-minute nap in my bedroom, I'll be contacting you in about 10 years.
Wait, am I napping with you?
Could be arranged. Slowly have to close my eyes. Sarah says that Scott directs Sarah. Wait. Sarah says that Scott directs her to get things out of his lounge fly. He tells her to reach into his little pocket. Nick has me pull my fuel rod out of his little pocket as well.
Oh boy.
So I know that's like. It's not horrible. And lastly, Scott talked about how excited he was to meet Hot Indiana Jones. The only reason he was so excited is because he mistaken him for a Boy Scout. And those are my clip notes. Oh, man.
It's been quite the show. A lot of stuff's happened, so nothing can stop this little boy from recapping the day the Chris's Cliff's Notes way.
Thank you so much, Chris. Now, don't forget, if you want to hang out with us for New Friends After Dark, it's exclusive live for our paid members, our Patreon members, and our TikTok subscribers. So if you want to do After Dark, you got to be a member. We will publish it a couple days later, but it's not as fun when you watch it recorded. It's only fun live. But also, like last week's was really bad. Not really bad like content, but I can't air it. It's nothing we can I can show again.
Ever.
So you missed it, and I'm sorry. I don't know where I'm going, but Sarah, where can our listeners find you?
You can find me on the TikTok, Super Sarah 72. No, I lied. It's Super Sarah 94. I'm sorry. That was my Instagram for like a really long time.
But why
And I
72? Like 94 was probably the year you were born,
Because
right?
it was a really good year for music. And it was
That's such a you thing.
Gone a long-
Like, it is such a you thing.
at the time 94 wasn't available, and I'm like, I like 72. That's a good year for music. And now to this day I forget which album it was that I liked so much that came out that year, but it's fine. So on the TikTok, Super Sarah 94, and on the Instagram at Old Soul Thrift.
Nick?
You can find me on Royal Caribbean Icon of the Seas next week. In June, I'll be in Curacao. In July, I'll be on Carnival. I have a lot of vacations coming up, guys, so I'm sorry I'm not going to be here, but you can find me on Emotional Support Guy Nick on Instagram, and then Sandpiper Vacations on all social media platforms.
Chris?
You can find me on TikTok at Rucky B. You can find me on TikTok at Chris Yob NNF. You can find me on Instagram at Chris Yob for 3 posts a year, but they're all really good posts about life events.
And you can connect with all of us right there on our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. All of our social media links are right there. Join our public Discord. It's free to be on our public Discord. Members only cost you. But that way you can stay up to date on where we're at, where we're streaming, what time we're streaming, if we're doing extra streams, if we're doing new streams. There's so many streams happening that we could fill up a river.
That's the grossest thing I've ever heard. Never use that expression again.
Sarah Lewis, Darren, and I go live from the Disney and Universal Parks every Wednesday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We would go live from the SeaWorld, but Remy can't get us in anymore. And also, we are live on the YouTube every single Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you can watch us record this entire episode live. As it happens, interact with us, chat. It's so much fun. If you listen to us on Spotify and Apple, make sure you leave us a 5-star rating and a review. We love that kind of stuff. It really helps us out. Check out all of our sweet merchandise, including the guy who drew me on the TikTok. That shirt's up there. Get that. It's awesome. Merch, Patreon. Okay. On behalf of this sophisticated gentleman, Game Master Ryan, our producer Alex, Nick, Sarah, Chris, I'm Scott. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time.
Catch you on the flip side, fabulous listeners. Thanks, Chad.
That's funny.
I was like, GPT, I need a way to say bye on the podcast. It's funny. Right now I say bye-bye, bitches. And it's like, how about catch you on the flip side, fabulous listeners?
Hey, Dane, are you still watching? We're supposed to have Dane on tonight. I completely forgot. Even after he texted me.
Maybe because you were too horny from Fabulous Cindy.
From what?
From Fabulous Hot Indy there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Dane's
yeah,
still
yeah,
here.
yeah,
We'll be
yeah,
right.
yeah.
We'll be right back with Dane, guys.
Dane, can we have you on next week, bud? I'm waiting for his response. He's on the YouTube. No, Remy, Dane, you're not promoting this huge documentary. Completely. He even texted me. I said yes, drop in. God damn it. This is why, Darren. This is why I need a production manager, bud. I need someone like sitting next to me, going, "Don't forget this. Don't forget this. Don't forget this."
I mean, or you could write it on a piece of paper, like a normal.
It doesn't
person.
matter. I have it on paper and I cover it with my phone and I miss it.
Wait, Scott, we're 2 weeks ahead, aren't we?
We are.
His documentary comes out the 25th. Just do the math and see if that works.
So this one comes out on.
The 15th, so it'll be the 22nd.
So now I won't be here next week too.
So this one comes up on the 15th. Oh wait, no. This one comes up on the 11th. No, the 12th. This one comes out on the 12th. This was our Mother's Day episode. Happy Mother's Day.
Oh my gosh. Let the monitor off a little bit. I thought I was going to be on After Dark, not the main episode.
Yeah, Dane, I was gonna have you do.
We can have him do something on the main episode.
Yeah, I was gonna give him 5 minutes at the end of the main episode, and then.
But we could just do that on After Dark and put it in the main episode.
That's true. We'll could
just do that.
Okay. So, but this episode comes out on the 12th, so we still have the 19th.
Yeah. We'll
Okay.
we'll have him on After Dark and figure it out.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back with a new stream that we will send in the members only chat on our Discord. I think that's everything I have to say. Ryan says he'll go shirtless with chin hair. Remy's gonna call you in a second, Scott. All right, guys. Love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are the best. We will see you in a little bit if you're a member, and if you're not, become a member so we can see you.